What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the FiveMarks. Stop fucking counting. Every. Welcome, everybody, to the FiveMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, as always, Mr. Martin115, joined by my lovely dance partner.
Hello, everybody. I am Carmo. Welcome back for another week.
We didn't hear the "it's me" part at first.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmo. Welcome back for another week.
That's not even the part I said about. We're also joined by our lovely, lovely editor.
Hi, guys. It's Will.
Nobody cares. Moving on to...
Hang on. Whoa. Let me do this one.
Oh, God.
The man who has been on more episodes than Will in 2025. From the depths, owner and legend and whatever else it is, it's Emmett.
Boom.
My PC just shut down. No, it's not. Sorry. Wait. What's going on?
We've lost him already. I don't know. Some weird fucking... Emmett's just...
No, that's like if Penta has the whole thing like this, like we have the 5, we have the M.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That stupid thing he was trying to get over.
No, initially it was this.
Was it
because we had 5, and then 2 folded.
Yeah.
What an absolute virgin. Jesus Christ. My God. Fuck.
He tried to get it over in photos as well. So if you go back to some old photos.
And it did. We
did.
We did
Name
it with
one person that's done it. Name one person.
them.
Rob Gold.
Yeah, Rob Gold's on too.
Why are you helping him?
Shout out, Rob.
I love how we're like 2 minutes in. This is like the height of professionalism now.
Yeah.
The most professional
we do it here on the
podcast in Irish wrestling.
That's how we do it here. What are we talking about today, Liz?
We are talking about Rumbles.
Wait, hang on. Right. This episode goes out on the 8th of February. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case anyone is listening to this on the 8th of February, right? Or maybe possibly the 9th of February.
His microphone keeps cutting out. We can't hear you. Yeah, Carmo.
Love a man who can mime a promo.
So Will has finally figured out a way to silence Carmo.
If he's doing like this weekly Hard Knocks like plug that he does every week, if he can actually mime this now, it'd be fantastic. Like where he just goes, "What's it that he says every week?" It's just like, "What's on a certain date?" and everything is. He just starts going.
Hold on, Will. You could rob this from him.
So we done a wager for the Rumbles. I won basically because back Barry got me the money. Unfortunately, Charlotte Flair won it for me, but
So have you already spoiled what we're going to talk about?
Oh yeah. Why not?
We can't spoil it a week out. Everyone knows what's happened to this rep.
I'm money hungry. I win the wager. I win money.
I'd be very surprised if someone is listening to this podcast and not watch the Royal Rumble. Like,
I haven't watched it.
Why are you here?
I want to be part of the team.
It's my first day.
It's my first day. Sir, that's Martin. He's been here since episode 1. Why did you think you could fool me? It's my first day. Stop doing the Bosch. There's no fucking shout out to any fucking Bosch bros.
Bosch.
Right, that fucking Beamish lad can fuck off as well. He can go do one.
Is he Bosch?
So Will, to steal this from Carmo, what's happening? Oh, Carmo's gone. Well, imagine that. Will, what's happening on February 9th?
I don't have work.
It's actually Will's first Holy Communion that day.
I don't have college.
February 9th, Dolan's Warehouse, even though Carmo's going to come back and do it. Hard Knocks Warzone
2.
It's Carmo calls it Warzone 2. It's not called that.
Warzone 2.
Tomorrow in Dolan's, Limerick City. Carmo will go through the card, but you can check it out. Is he back? Is he returned? Is he alive?
He's moving.
No.
No.
Eat.
He's really trying. And with that, Will's going to do a little segue, and we will be right back.
Hello, everybody. I'm Carmo. Welcome back for another. Oh, sorry, not that one.
Back already, and he's already fucking up his lines. So, Carmo, what was it you were trying to tell us?
Trying to say, all right, that this episode is coming out on the 8th of February, right? 6 o'clock GMT or whatever you call it. And then tomorrow we'll say, if you're listening to this on the 8th of February, it will be the 9th of February, right? So if you are listening to this on the 9th of February, especially in the morning, and you're kind of going, what could I do with my Sunday evening? What could I
Stay
do?
at home with a nice fire.
What could I do on the 9th of February on a Sunday evening? Tell him, Emmett. Yeah, of course you could tell me.
On the 9th of February. Couldn't have timed that worse.
What can they do on the 9th of February on a Sunday evening?
They can get tickets to Warzone. Next Hard Knock show in Dolan's Warehouse is coming Sunday. It'll be tomorrow if you're watching this when this airs. And Carmo, tell him about the card. Tell him about the card, my man.
Will,
Who's
tell him about the
fighting
card.
who?
Who's
Got me to
fighting
tell
who,
about the
Will?
card.
No, Will.
Well, oh.
So, will I start from anywhere or
Yeah, wherever you feel free.
main event? The Beast from Kildare, Justy, will take on Steve Savage for the Hard Knocks World title.
In?
What is it? What is this? What's he doing?
Thank you. I'm from Kildare.
What sort of promo is it?
Yeah, that's about right. That's
What
about
sort of
right.
what sort of promo is this, right? What sort of promos is this?
All right, get Jim
Like,
Johnson
he's
here.
here-
Give me the music.
He's here trying to like build up this big massive event, right? This big main event for Hard Knocks on the 9th of February in Dolan's Warehouse, Limerick City. Buy your tickets now. And he can't even stay Justy, right? What is this? What am I dealing with here, huh?
Do you know
Martin,
what?
what's the
Do
rest
you
of the card?
Do you know what? If you want to know what's coming up, roll my promo.
A story that sees no end. A rivalry that boils day by day. These two men have ripped Limerick City down and built it back up, all with the mindset of hard knocks. Steve Savage, Limerick's own, a man who has poured blood, sweat and tears all to get to the top as Hard Knocks World Champion. Justy, one of the godfathers of Irish wrestling, a man who helped build the scene that we know today.
We have a history, and you still have to beat me.
They have stood across from each other before, destroyed each other before, and helped each other before.
The fact that I don't have fucking one over him fucking bothers me.
February 9th, once again, two warriors will step into the ring for the Hard Knocks World Championship.
I know that it's even Steve who's never in there.
Will Justy continue a streak and drop Steve Savage one more time to take the prize and build a new Hard Knocks?
And we're going to find out once and for all who the real champion is.
Or will Limerick finally see Steve Savage walk away victorious over Justy?
We're here to beat the fucking shit out of each other. Call it a wrestling match, a fight. This one is the time that I fucking get one over on you.
So one way or the other, we're going to put an end to this story.
Welcome to Hard Knocks Warzone!
Oh, that's a good segue.
Oh, sake.
What a mark.
What a knob cheese.
12.
Great promo. I loved it very much so. But Steve Savage versus Justy, and I believe it's no holds barred. Am I correct?
Yes.
No holds barred match for the Hard Knocks World Championship. The story going into that, obviously, Steve Savage has never ever picked up a win against Justy, whether that's in Limerick, whether that's in Hard Knocks, anywhere. Can Steve Savage finally get the job done? Not only that, we have for the All Ireland Championship an absolute banger of a match. The Keane connection collides when Keane Noonan takes on Galachini. Was that good
Who?
enough for you, Carmo? Yeah, it's good enough for you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I
For the
appreciate
All
it.
Ireland Championship. Carmo, what else is coming up?
Christmas.
No, that's next year.
Oh, well, no, it's this year.
It's a while away though.
On the Hard Knock show, is it?
On the Hard Knock show,
All
Carmo.
right, all right. Two matches that I'm extremely excited about. One being the legend that is Robbie Mack
Oh.
going up against Ilya Zarkov.
In?
Absolute banger.
Money match.
Hair versus hair match.
No, they already lost that, the two of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
What was
that
it?
was that hair versus
What is
hair
it?
match was actually in life.
right. What's the match?
In a tables match.
That's right. I forgot about that. That'll be good. And a match that I'm also very excited about is Francis Mercer going up against the real deal, Andy Steele. Should be an
Can
absolute
you feel it?
banger.
And
And
not
I
only
believe we have a
that,
tag match.
we have a tag team match.
Yeah.
Just friends, Monty and Cormac.
Best friends.
Just friends.
Best friends.
Taking on the Fresh Bros.
Imaginary friends.
That's Foster's. Between Fabio and Boss J.
What you call them? The Fresh Bros?
Bosh.
Fresh Bros, yeah.
No, they're the Boschnas.
The Fresh Bosch. The Fresh Bosch.
Beach
The Fresh
Bosh.
Bosch. The Bosch Bosch.
No, they're the Boschnas.
Le Bosh.
Against the Bosch Bosch. In a tag team match. And not only that, but the Hard Knocks hardcore title is on the line. When Reardon O'Connor takes on Butch Armstrong. And a fun stipulation that's going to happen. Fans bring your own weapon. So if you want to use Emmett's microphone as a weapon, you go into his house, you fucking rob it, you bring it. If you
Well,
wanna...
no, hang on. Maybe not the breaking in part. If anyone wants it, I'll bring it for him to use, but
You make sure to break into his house. He's not home at 11 o'clock tomorrow. If you want to use this candle as a weapon, you bring it. Okay, maybe not that. That's probably part of the block rule. But if you want to use Carmo as a weapon, if you can help him in the ring, work away. But, you know, it's bring your own weapon. Obviously, some things will not be allowed into the venue. No knives, no fucking nothing's going to kill the lads.
Or anything dangerous, or like fire, or I was going to mention other things, but I won't.
now to be fair, like if you walk into the venue with stuff that's flammable, like and sharp objects and stuff like that, I don't think you get in, let alone being able to give it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Just some lad with like 18 Stanley blades.
Yeah.
Bring your own weapon. Very, very fun match. It'll be absolutely brutal between Reardon O'Connor and Butch Armstrong. So check it out. When you're listening to this, either today or tomorrow, Sunday, February 9th, Hard Knocks Warzone. Get your tickets now. Get out. Fun time for all the friends and family.
And we'll be there.
We're trying to sell them to be there, not make them not go.
I'll be there.
Carmo will be there. And as I said, if you buy tickets now and subscribe to our YouTube, you get one strand of Carmo's hair.
Sure, why not? It's falling out as it is.
Make your own little Carmo. Will's already done it. He loves his Carmo.
I keep it in my pocket.
This is so fucked.
So, what we are actually here to talk about today is Rumbles.
Yes.
We had a fucking big weekend of Rumbles, if you're
Yes.
in Ireland. And I guess there's no better way to start than the Rumble at the Rabbit.
What a rumble. Unbelievable. I hear there was supposed to have a surprise appearance in that rumble, but the person in question couldn't make it.
Pussied out.
Very, very sad news.
Pussied out.
But like, it is what it is. These things happen. People can't make it.
What a pussy.
Poor Tommy
But yeah,
Dreamer.
good rumble. Very, very good Rumble.
I was looking forward to seeing Tommy Invincible that day.
Yeah. It would have been cool to hear that in Machine Gun Kelly song, I think it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool match. Good to see Robbie Mack getting the Iron Man. Going in from number 1, not winning, but going in from number 1, and going all the way. But yeah, good fun match. Like seeing Fabio, Big Chris, Reardon, Sean Don, the Bosch Bros, of course, all into the Rumble, which was quite cool. And then obviously we had our ultimate winner, who went on to face Butch Armstrong for the hardcore title later in the show. Just Monty.
He did. Did he win?
No.
Oh, well. Anyways. If you want to know what happened after that match, I'll roll that clip right here, right now.
Limerick City, I am Cork City's finest professional wrestler. Going to beat Butch Armstrong in a week's time. Bones Warehouse on the 9th. I am beating you for the hardcore championship because you do not deserve this title. I am more extreme than anyone in this shit-stained city. A disadvantage, and next week I'm gonna open his head. Chris, grab him.
But you have to get down to all the Hard Knocks Black Rabbit shows if you want to keep an eye on different things that might be going down. You never know who's going to turn up, who might be hopping the ring, and maybe one day there might be a debut. One day.
Yeah, probably won't be that surprise that was due for the Rumble, because I don't think they can make it either on Sunday. Maybe, I'm not sure, but
what we're really going to talk about is OTT Loco Rumble. Yeah, that segment went on for far too much, like too long. I was supposed to be like, here's this, anyways, but Carmo just went right into it.
Situation, I had to address it.
So OTT Loco Rumble, we were all there, all live in spirit.
Yeah.
Some of us more spirit than others.
Yeah.
What do we think of it?
I thought it's
great show.
Yeah.
Go on, talk about it, everyone.
I was just going to say, and I know we'll get to it in a few minutes, but the actual Rumble match itself, I was obviously looking forward to it, but I went into it with such trepidation because last year's, the first Rumble match itself was so good. It was so good. And I've said this over the last 12 months that I honestly think it's one of the best matches OTT have ever run. This year, somehow outdid it. It is one of the best Rumble matches I've ever seen. Whatever about, domestically and stuff, I'm talking about, comparing it to Royal Rumbles and everything. It was just... the whole thing from start to finish was absolutely fantastic.
Well,
you know what? I agree with the point that the whole thing was fantastic from start to finish, and it was. The money matches, the title match, the 5-way scramble that we got at the start, and everything were all fantastic matches. I think it was too much.
Really?
In what way?
I don't think, you had the 3 money matches, you had the world title match, and the 5-way scramble. So you have 5 matches before the Rumble. I don't think you needed it.
I
You
think
could have done the world title match, maybe 2 money matches, and it would have been more than enough.
Could you
We
notice
got
the
spoiled
crowd?
for choice. We got spoiled for choice. Because even I found by the time everyone was excited for the Rumble, so once the Rumble kicked off, everyone was going to be hyped either way. But I even found by the time the world title match came around, a lot of the crowd were really kind of quiet at that stage. They were nearly worn out from all the other matches that had just happened, and they were bangers. Like, you know, we had Conor Mills against Robbie X. We had, I gone out of my head. Donovan Dijak against Luke Jacobs. We had Grado against Vinny
Robbie
Zarkov.
X.
The energy that like Grado brings in
Mm.
to a match and gives to the crowd, would wear you out no matter where you are, what place in the carriage you were. So I think to still follow up with 3 matches after that match, I think it was a lot.
They were tired. The
personal
crowd was
preference.
tired. Like,
Only
But it's-
personal reference. But then again, by the time the Rumble came around, the crowd was loud, but they were always going to be for the Rumble. But I just feel like doing 5 matches before was a little bit too much. Because I think even last year, I know they had every title on the line, but I think it was only 3 or 4 matches that were happened. I know it's only 1 less.
World title, NLW title, women's title, tag title.
Tag title. Yeah, so it was the 4, wasn't it?
Maybe. Continue talking.
Jay
I'll tell you
was-
if there was an extra match.
Jay was the GN champion still. No, he wasn't. He lost it. But I don't think the GM title was on the line.
Way to bring that up, Carmo.
No, the GN
Um,
title was like 24/7 rules at the time. Because was it Celine was champion walking into it, and then BD?
Yeah, they
belts off
did
her.
it in the Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt like it was a little bit too much. And the money matches are great. You get involved. Obviously, you have your split crowds. I love the money matches. But I just think 5 was a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think you could have probably cut out the Grado Zarkov match compared to the
definitely
quality
wouldn't
of it. No, just compared to like the Donovan Dijak, Luke Jacob ones. That match went on for about half an hour. That was match of the night for me outside the Rumble. But like, I wouldn't cut anything else out of those like first few matches except for that. And I love Grado and I love Zarkov. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a slight on either of them. It's just like Carmo said, with the quality of the other matches aside from it, like the crowd was exhausted by the world title match. And that was a slow paced match too, like, do you know what I mean? So you could feel the energy just drop down, and it was nothing against Dame or fucking Eric Young or anything like that. We're just exhausted, like, do you know what I mean? Because like some of the matches prior, like, oh my god, the Robbie X match especially was just go, like, do you know what I mean? You couldn't keep your eyes off the ring for 2 seconds or you'd miss something, like, do you know? It's a long period of time to be hyper focused on something, like, do you know?
But there was a thing in that as well, because like Robbie X and Conor Mills, neither of them were in the Rumble. So I understand if you have them there, put them into a match. Luke Jacobs wasn't in the Rumble. Dijak was. You could have probably done something else with Luke Jacobs. You could have put him in against someone who wasn't in the Rumble. Try kind of had to make a match. That would end the people who were in the Rumble. You're only seeing them once, and you get a nice surprise when they come out. It's cool entrances, whatever. Versus seeing them twice wrestle in kind of a match, and then appear in the Rumble. Try kind of what?
Yeah.
It's like. Maybe it's my own personal opinion, and like I love wrestling. I'll stay and watch any kind of wrestling that's happening, but I just felt like 5 matches before the Rumble was a little bit too much.
That's fair. That's fair. Will.
It was my first local Rumble to go to, which is deadly to see. And yeah, from basically start to finish, I think it was really good. Big fan of Luke Jacobs, so seeing him in an Irish ring was really good. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the Rumble, so I couldn't get him to see twice in one night, but at least I got to see him. Seeing Conor Mills was really good. I was happy to see that. Seeing Robbie X again was brilliant, especially him coming out to the Bullet Club itself was really good. The first match, the 5-way match, just blew it out of the roof for me. Straight away, we got a banger straight away, and it was just non-stop. There's bits in the Rumble when we get into it I'd like to talk about, and there's certain spots that were just really good.
100% agree.
Fair play.
You go on. You talk about before we get into the Rumble.
I'll talk about matches individuals as we get talking about them. So, like, we'll kick off with the match that kicked off the show, the 5-way. And I think it was just winner gets an NLW title shot. So, LJ Cleary, Kean Noonan, Callum Black. You had Moose, and you had Angel Blanc.
Igel Blanc.
Igel Blanc. Banger of a match.
Aglelon or whatever.
Banger of a match. Oh my
Believe
god, what a way to kick off a fucking show. And big shout out to Keanu Noonan making his fucking stadium debut that night.
Yeah, what a
That's
show
my
he had
boy.
too.
I can't do the pause, but yeah.
You give it a try though, you give it a try.
Big fan of Noonan.
Go on, Emmett.
I was just gonna say, what a show he had. Like, not even just in the opening match, but throughout the night. Like, first and foremost, stadium debut, but Jesus Christ, like, do you know what I mean? Like, he just, even like that, the reception he got when he came out for the Rumble itself later on and everything like this, like, he was just, like, Keane's a phenomenal talent. We've always been saying it in FiveMarks, but the man looked made throughout the night, like, do you know what I mean? That was a real kind of, like, spotlight moment, like, that entire show for him, like, do you know? And I'm really eager to see, like, we saw the direction they're starting to go in and everything like this after his match with Callum Black a few months ago. And now we can see with everything going on with LJ, like, man alive, when these two, at whatever point it is, I'm going to make a strong assumption it's going to be in the National Stadium. But when they have this blow off at some point, man, oh my God, that is going to be Keane Noonan made. Like, do you know what I mean?
Agree. Well,
It was my first time seeing Callum Black in an OTT ring, which is really good because I've seen previous videos of him. Seeing LJ again is always a treat. Seeing Noonan all the time is a treat. But Moose, oh my God, seeing him coming out was just unbelievable. And there was a spot in the match where I nearly punched Martin in the mouth just with excitement.
What the fuck?
Moose went
most of us just want to punch him in the road, like.
We don't need
Moose
an excuse.
jumped up on the turnbuckle and he went to hit a top rope move. And when he
Caught with
turned,
the fucking cutter.
Noonan caught him with a cutter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my lord. And Moose is a tall man and a big guy at that. So he had at least another 3 foot, 4 foot in the air with his height. And Noonan just caught him with that. Oh my God. It was just French kisses. That match, the whole match is French kisses.
it was. No, that was an absolute banger of a fucking match to kick things off. Obviously, LJ getting the win. Again, that tension between LJ and Noonan. We saw the fucking start. Like, Noonan went straight up to fucking LJ's face. Could LJ get that fucking title off of Jay? And we maybe see Noonan versus LJ for that title at the stadium. Very, very interesting. Callum Black, returning to the stadium, I thought he did not look lost in that match. He's a strong fucking dude. He stood up against Moose. Blanc is always, this was what, the third time seeing him. And he's just always fucking, I love that like head scissor move he does, where he hops up, catches him by the neck, and just fucking brings him down. Oh, it's so sick. And as you said, the pop when Noonan caught fucking Moose with a cutter off the top was fucking unreal.
Oh my God.
I did think many times Noonan had that match won. Obviously, LJ stopping that from happening. So I'm interested to see where it goes, especially with the Noonan and LJ story that we're going with.
Keep an eye on Belfast.
Ooh.
Yeah, keep an eye on Belfast.
Okay.
Good show.
Okay.
Yeah, that 5-0 was incredible. There's nothing more to kind of say about it. You've said it all. Like, you've taken 5 unbelievable wrestlers and throw them into a match together. It's going to be a banger. Like, yeah, just a great match. Go and watch it.
Why don't you talk about this one, Carmo? The first money match.
Yeah.
Grado versus Zarkov.
See, I know it was a money match, and I know the crowd won money, and a fair bit of money as well. But like, it wasn't really split into two sides. There wasn't one side supporting Zarkov, and it was really the whole crowd supporting Grado.
Grado.
I don't know why or how, but we are getting absolutely treated with the fact that we get Grado so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, he obviously returned at the local Rumble last year. He was back for one of the stadium show. I think it was the anniversary show. And he went a little bit under the radar even when he got announced for that show, but he had an incredible night that night as well. Calling Adam Max a fat bastard and all that sort of stuff. But, and then to come back again at the local Rumble, have a really, really good match with Zarkov. Really kind of comedy match, which is what Grado does best. But still putting on an incredible match, like, and just being able to sing that song anytime he walked out, and like he appeared twice that night, and it still was the exact same reaction both times, which can be rare enough to get. But yeah, he's like, big shout out to Grado, big shout out to Zarkov as well. I'm a big fan of Zarkov, but yeah, it's special to be able to get Grado so often.
Will, I'll let you talk about this one as well.
As I said, it was my second time seeing Grado now. First was anniversary and second now. And as Carmo said, we're very lucky. We get treated like this. And when Life of a Prayer come on, like, you cannot just sit in your seat and not sing it with him. And he can bring comedy into the match, which is good. But he also is just an unbelievable talent in general.
Mm.
And as Carmo said, it was a money match. So one side had Zarkov and one side had Grado. But it was just Grado's whole stadium basically that night. And he had everybody. Yeah.
Emmett, you can take this next match. Donovan Dijak versus Luke Jacobs.
Man, like, I was beyond excited as soon as I saw Luke Jacobs announced. I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast, but I've definitely said it in conversation with Carmo. Like, Luke Jacobs is my favorite professional wrestler on the continent of Europe right now. Like, he is absolutely mad. And the coolest thing about it is he's so young too. So, like, if he's this good now, like, imagine in 10 years' time, like, the man is 100% like New Japan bound at some point. He will be in WWE and everything like this. I always jokingly refer to him as like young British Gunter, basically, or young British Walter, because he has that kind of like, again, with the British strong style and everything, he's got that approach and everything, which is really cool. But this match itself was phenomenal. And like, I won't lie, like, I went into this, I'm not like super familiar with like Donovan Dijak or whatever his name is and everything like this, because like, you know, I didn't follow him in NXT and everything like this. The only time I ever saw him in the main roster, I believe, was during the run he had with Retribution and stuff. And just to highlight this too as well, because I don't know if we talked about it during the show, but it did annoy myself, Carmo, because I could tell there was lads to our left, a little bit further down to the left, man, and the abuse they were roaring in at Donovan Dijak during the match, like they were just like stuff about Retribution, about him getting fired or whatever. And for like, it didn't take anything from the match and everything. And in fairness to Donovan Dijak, now he did actually handle it quite well. Like, do you know what I mean? He kind of rose in a small bit and stuff. But yeah, it was just, I don't know if those lads are listening or whatever, but it was like poor
Jokes
quality
on them.
fucking.
He wasn't fired. He didn't sign a new contract.
Yeah, that's it. But it
He
was
let
like
his contract expire.
But it was salty carry on from those who in the crowd and everything. After the match itself was absolutely phenomenal. Like, it was so good, and I wouldn't mind. Like, anytime you see like an ex-WWE talent go in and do an independent show like this, you're not expecting to work a match like that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's usually like, look back at Damo's defense at the anniversary show. Like, they usually kind of come in, run the mills for about 10 minutes, in and out, handshake, out the door again. This was not the case at all. These boys fucking worked, and they worked a good 30-minute match. And I swear to God, it could have went absolutely either way. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. I haven't rewatched it back since. I might actually do that when we finish this recording now tonight. But yeah, there's not much else to kind of sing home about this. Like, it was just a good, strong, stiff pro wrestling match. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, it really showcased like why Luke Jacobs has the reputation that he does and everything like that as well. And it put a massive, well-deserved spotlight on Donovan Dijak as to regards to like how he is as a worker and everything like this. Like, he looked great in the match and everything this, and he put over Luke quite strong, which was great too. Like, you know, I would hope that this isn't the first this isn't the last time we ever see the two go at it. Whatever about an OTT ring, but maybe like a Progress or Rep Pro or something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Be cool to see him lock up again, but definitely my singles match tonight, and it's already a strong contender for my like match of the year so far. Like, I came away singing the praises from that. Like,
Do you know who those lads to the left remind me of, Carmo? It's that 62% that don't subscribe.
I just don't get me started. I can't even.
I think they should subscribe. That's 62%. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button right now. Ding dong that bell on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, give us a rating of 5 stars. Carmo, because I want to get a different opinion on that. Oh God, here goes. I want a different opinion here on this match. Luke Jacobs and Donovan Dijak.
You want a different opinion? I hated it. No, I don't. I didn't actually hate the match.
oh, my heart there for a second. Holy
I didn't
fuck.
care too much for it.
I'm a massive fan of Luke Jacobs, and I think I've probably sung his praises many a times here.
Many
on the
times.
podcast. I was there for the match he had against JJ Gale at High Stakes Rev Pro last year.
Yeah.
No, the year before. Last year.
No, last year.
And so like I think we've seen him in OTT once. He might have had a Wolves show another time.
Yeah.
So it was incredible to see him. Dijak, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Still cool to see him. Now I will say they did have an incredible match on that night. I thought Dijak had a better match with Demo the following night.
Okay.
Not to kind of cancel out anything or just avoid the show completely, but I thought he had a better match with Demo the following night. I think that big man type thing kind of really worked well. I would like to have seen Luke Jacobs in there with someone else. If we're getting him for that kind of a thing, maybe an LJ, maybe a J, something like that. I know the Rumble is on as well, of course. But look, I've no bad opinions about it. Luke Jacobs is obviously unreal. Not a huge fan of Dijak. That's all I kind of have to say about it.
Moving on to a match I'm taking the lead on because I was so
I actually loved the last match, but Martin, that's for me for a different opinion. So.
fucking excited to see this guy on an OTT show. Connor Mills versus Robbie fucking X. Obviously now a new Robbie X, Bullet Club Robbie X. I've been asked to see. Carmo sings the praises of Luke Jacobs. We both sing the praises of JJ Gale. I have been fucking asking for so long to see Connor Mills over here in OTT. He is just such a good wrestler. I love watching him on fucking Rev Pro. His story he had with Ethan Allen was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what else fucking happens for him in the next year. But Connor Mills Robbie X was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was a like cruiserweight kind of junior heavyweight match. It would have been wrestling. You'd be high flying with Robbie X. It was much slower than the other matches because it was a wrestling match. It was a fight, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Obviously I couldn't. I think we're on Connor Mills' side, weren't we? Or no, we were on Robbie X's side.
Yeah.
And the left side didn't know who the fuck Connor Mills was. I was like, oh, you people are missing out. I'd be cheering for this fucker like crazy if I was on his side. Robbie X getting the win. I think still undefeated in fucking money matches. Creating a new streak.
So.
Yeah, he's the taker of money matches.
Yeah.
So Robbie X getting the fucking win, but I really enjoyed the match, and I won Conor Mills again in fucking OTT.
Mm.
Will.
I think it's was Robbie a scrapper? No.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Was the anniversary?
Yeah. He had a match with Mike Bailey, didn't he, at anniversary?
Yes, he did.
So if he was at Scrapper, this will be my third time seeing him now. Have so much love for him. When the news broke that he joined Bullet Club, we were all excited. Couldn't believe it. Seeing him coming out to new Bullet, the Bullet Club's theme song is just weird, but so amazing as well. Seeing Connor Mills is really good. As Martin said, we need him back in the OTT ring very, very soon.
I need him back.
Yeah, anyway.
I need him back.
I said it to Martin during intermission or just after the match. I kind of felt bad for Connor Mills with the side he had. No hate because there were some fans screaming, but it wasn't like like the way Robbie X was getting. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. I know it might, but it might not. But hopefully it doesn't affect anything him coming back over. But as Martin said, not every OTT fan is a Rev Pro or Progress fan or outside WWE fan. So we have to leave them at that. But just a brilliant, brilliant match.
Yeah, I'd say he should be okay in regards to that, because like the stadium shows, especially like if they don't immediately sell out like an anniversary or stuff like that, you're going to have a lot of casual fans or people who haven't watched wrestling in ages just being like, oh, ticket is 20 quid in the stalls in the National Stadium. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's there would have been a lot of people there who would be like super familiar with like, you know, whatever about Irish independent wrestling, but even British independent wrestling, like, do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. Do you know what I mean? I'd hope it wouldn't affect him getting booked anyways.
Well, let's quit the podcast.
About fucking time. Moving on
Whoa.
Oh, I'm
whoa,
sorry. I'm sorry, Carmo.
whoa.
I'm sorry.
I actually have a question for Will before I actually go into what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
And this is no bad. I'm just interested, right? Will, do you like have a diary about how many times you see wrestlers? 'Cause you
No,
mentioned it a couple of times. I just wondered because you mentioned it a couple of times. You were saying there that you've seen like Robbie X 3 times, you've seen Luke Jacobs twice. I was just wondering.
no, I just try to keep
He's
count
got a
in my head.
brain.
I don't. So I continue to talk about Belfast, but on Belfast we have Connor Mills
Spoilers.
versus Igel Blanc versus Mecca versus Keane Noonan.
Big Mech.
Incredible match. The thing about Connor Mills, and I don't think there's a lot of wrestling fans that won't like the way Connor Mills wrestles. Connor Mills is very technical, very like Kurt Angle and kind of like submission holds and stuff like that. If you're not into that sort of stuff, you won't like Connor Mills. Whatever about Connor Mills coming back to OTT, but Connor Mills, please come on the podcast.
Yes, please. So I can have a chat with
Yeah.
you.
Anyway, continue.
Moving on, and we're going straight to Carmo with this one. It's for the OTT World Championship. Sanity collides when the Emmett Shovin Big Damo takes on the world-class maniac, Eric Young.
I say, I thought this was match of the night.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was an incredible match.
Okay, go on.
I would argue a little bit too long, but I thought it was an incredible match. Two guys obviously know each other very well. And I think that's why the match obviously took place. It was an opportunity for that to take place. There's no tag team match. The Rumble was obviously on, so they had an opportunity to fight each other. And they just went balls out, for a want of a way of saying it. I thought they had an incredible match. Some of the stuff that Eric Young was able to hit on Damo that we've rarely ever seen anyone hit on Damo was unbelievable. Some of the stuff that Damo was putting out to try and counteract what EY was doing was incredible as well. I loved the match. Really enjoyed it. Loved it.
Will.
I love Damo, but it was weird to see Eric Young coming out. Never got to see him before. Always watched him on TV, such as
Say
TNA
what
Day.
you really said when he came out.
What did I say?
Ooh, scary mask. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Did I say something bad? But
It was his
Keenan
first
when he
words.
done
Eric Young comes out, Will's just like, ooh, scary mask. Ooh.
seeing him in his whole TNA gimmicks with when he was afraid of Abyss at the time and all that, and when he had blonde hair, and then when he was tag titles and all that, it was kind of cool to see on TV. But when you're right in front of him, you're like, that's why he looks up close. Okay, cool.
Who was more
But,
intimidating, Eric Young or Moose?
Oh, Moose.
He's a
Moose,
massive fuck.
He's
so
too
big, man.
big.
Holy fuck, like.
Really good match. I like the kind of dynamic because they were friends and now they're each side of the ring from each other and they have to go at it to prove who's basically the better wrestler then and there. I liked it.
Do you want to throw in a couple of cents there, Emmett?
Yeah, I didn't like it, but it wasn't like, I don't want to say it was a bad match because I don't think it was a bad match. Like Carmo pointed out, there was a lot of cool moments and stuff like that. We got to see EY do some stuff that we've very rarely seen him do before, like the body slam demo especially. I was like, holy fuck, like that was class. And I would attribute my perception of that match to fatigue, to be honest, because like we mentioned earlier, we had
Tired of
banger
shit.
after banger, like straight away, like one match into another and everything is. I kind of think in hindsight, you probably could have gotten away with putting the intermission after the last money match and had the world title match go on before the Rumble. Do you know what I mean? Like have an earlier intermission. I don't know. It's just because like I think the crowd fatigue anyways kind of took away from it a small bit. But in saying that, I could watch it back now on OTT and Demand and have completely different perceptions of it. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, in ring it was cool and everything like that. I think just myself in the moment I didn't appreciate it as much as I thought I would have gone into it, but again, it was just fatigue, to be honest, like, you know.
So, I'm cautious of time, so I want to kind of get done with the local Rumble. So, moving on to the main event. I'm going to go to each of you individually. Like, well, if you want to talk about entrances and stuff, work away, talk about like little moments. The OTT Local Rumble 2020. 2025. And we will start with Carmo.
So, I love a Rumble.
He
My
does.
favourite
He
match of
does
the
love a
year.
Rumble.
My favourite event of the year. It was so bad that even on the car journey home, I wouldn't let the lads watch the Rumble because I couldn't watch because I was driving.
3 times he mentioned
Um,
that every time we pick someone up, and he'd always
Yeah.
end it with the same sentence. I think it's only fair as he's driving the car.
Yeah, I said it so much that Emma managed to put it into the group chat and convince Will and Martin not to watch the Rumble.
You
on
fucking.
the way home.
Can I tell this story right from our point of view, right? We just got done. We had like having food. We're outside. Will's having a vape, and I think it was Will had pointed out on the group chat, and I went, "Fuck that! I'm not fucking like waiting to till the next day to watch the fucking Rumble." I said, "How the fuck are they gonna know anyways?" And then 2 seconds later, Carmo was like, "Lads, it's only a fucking joke."
But yeah, that's how serious I am about Rumble. Like, it's the number one thing in wrestling for me. So to get a local Rumble, to get a Rumble in OTT, which seems like we're going to get every year now, is incredible. I loved it from start to finish. The different kind of surprise entrance. Obviously, Aigle Blanc was announced, and then Team France ended up showing up with Mecca and Goro, which was really cool. PCO obviously entering the Rumble was
What a
class.
waste.
I will say by the time we're like seeing him walking in, I was like, Jesus Christ, he looks like so old and like it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to move. And then he flies around the ring. It's like, okay, I can't do that, and I'm like half his age, like. But where was I going with that? Yeah, just incredible. Like to see the different kind of entrances, and I love that kind of anticipation of like, okay, 10, 9, 8, who's coming in? So that kind of way. Big surprise at number 29, Scotty Tuhati shows up.
Bringing
Huge,
banging it.
huge. And then number 30, as I call the entire car journey up, Sammy D returns to the Rumble. Really cool.
We'll talk about the winner as well, all collectively.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Really good match. Really enjoyed it. If I was comparing it to last year, I don't know if it's as good as last year, just because last year was the first, and we got a kind of like a lot of Irish surprises, if that makes sense, like Justy, Paddy Morrow, and Worky and stuff like that. But like a Rumble's a Rumble. Give me a Rumble any time of the year, and it's going to be my match of the year. Like,
Emmett.
Yeah, I genuinely think they outdid themselves last year's. Like I was saying earlier in the episode, I didn't think they'd be able to do that, but like there was some moments, like there was some entrance, and I completely understand in hindsight why they announced so many of the entrants in advance, but there's like 1 or 2 in particular that like we were told beforehand that if we hadn't known going into it, I think would have made for an even better pop. Like, man, Cara Noir was one. I've never seen Cara Noir wrestle. Seeing that entrance live, even though it was like a very short version of it, man, as soon as that song from like Swan Lake hit, I was like, oh my God, I legit had goosebumps in the chair, like, you know, because since we've been using OTT on demand and everything, been going back and watching certain shows that Cara's on. Just a highlight as well, he has a great match with Amari from a show from like 2022, which is worth checking out. But yeah, there were some absolutely fantastic highlights. But I do think that the man of the match for me now, and let's park aside the Iron Horse or the Iron Men in the match and everything like that. Man like Derice had 2 of like the funniest moments in that room. Like the Tate elimination was classic. I swear to God, Tate was so funny because it was like seeing like, oh my God, like it was like seeing a lost child. Like it's skinny as hell with the shirt on, the bow tie and everything like this. And then when he goes to throw him and like Derice just turns back and just fucks him off top rope. I got a good laugh out of that. And then like 20 minutes later,
not to cut you off, right? And you'll get back to your man like Derice story.
Yeah.
While he stayed on OTT Insider, did bash us quite a bit. He got screwed. Final point. Back to you. Yes, they got screwed.
We'll just wear those shirts collectively now to Scrappermania on the 3rd of May. But yeah, 20 minutes later, then like I missed this for whatever reason. There was so much going on. And there's just Derice on the far left-hand side of the National Stadium. Man, I haven't been eliminated. I'm still in the Rumble like this. And I just turned to Carmo. I was like, what? Like,
he got kidnapped by Dijak. I missed it as well. It was Will had pointed out to me that he got kidnapped by Dijak.
But it was so fun just seeing him like catwalk over the chairs on the way down and everything like this. Oh my God, I thought it was brilliant. As well as that, like Trent staying on the outside throughout all the match was just so smart. Never really seen all that many people do that in Rumbles. Like you'd see him do it for a few minutes. Jericho's done it in Rumbles before, but like to do it for nearly the entire match, I thought was like a master stroke. As well as that, like I know we'll get onto winners and stuff in a minute, but like the potential now to have like Sammy D and Trent Seven as a tag team, like there will be a tag team there in the challenge for the tag team
Snake
belts.
Mountain.
Belfast, watch Belfast.
Someone had a really cool T-shirt up as well. It's like
Snake
a mock
Mountain.
T-shirt, Snake Mountain, and I'm just kind of like, with the history the two lads have and everything like this, when they came out and like when it was very apparent that they were going to be teaming and everything after the fact, I was kind of like, does that make sense given the fact that they feuded so much? But then I was like, they're
Yes.
both dirty, rotten bastard heels. I was like, of course it makes absolute sense, and I cannot wait to see where they go with that. I wouldn't go as far to say as I'd like to see them beat the Social Elite for the tag belts or anything like this, but I'd love to see the two boys just going on a long run as a tag team together.
So-
watch Belfast as a bit of an update for the Social Elite.
Shh.
Ooh.
Spoilers.
I spoiled the entire Belfast show. What are you talking about?
I thought last year's was better. I did. I preferred last year's. Now, again, as Karen pointed out there, it could have been because it was the first, and obviously there was a lot more Irish people, a lot more, like, there was more gaps open for surprises. I will say Tate he deserved everything he got. You talk shit about our
That's
podcast,
screwed.
you get fucked.
I
Okay,
agree with that part, but he did get screwed.
keep talking shit about us, and that's what's going to
Will's
happen.
gonna show
Therese
up your
fucking
door.
gave you exactly what you deserve, and that is a Martin statement. Go fuck yourself. I thought the Rumble was okay. It was what it needed to be. Sky Too Hottie was a good pop. We'll see where the Sammy D Trent thing goes. PCO, I thought was a waste. I thought that was such a waste. Grado with the funniest elimination of the fucking night, hands down. Just getting chopped to shit by Trent, I think it was, and just going, do you know what? Fuck no, and threw himself out. Trent Seven's entrance was unique as well. I thought they fucked up, and then it's like, oh, I get it. It was like 10, 9, 8, 7. I thought that
so
was
good.
very clever. Very, very clever. Doris was hilarious. The fact that we did not notice it. There's so much shit going on around you. You don't notice a fucking grown man being kidnapped by another fucking really tall grown man. Do you know? Trent Seven, I don't know what issue he has with the Social Elite, especially Matthew Bullet Smith, but he would not stop, one, like fucking chopping the shit out of him, and two, putting him in a fucking headlock. He would not stop. Poor fucking Bullet just got abused. And
There's
then
a lot of people. He dragged Maxer like all around the arena there
he
once.
put his
like,
hands on Peter Gandhi.
Yeah, shocking behavior. A senior citizen like Peter Gandhi, you can't be jumping him like that.
Poor
And then
Peter's-
as well, can we talk about the biggest fucking pop, which I know you said was Sky Too Hottie, CBL.
Yeah, unreal. I was
He got
actually
a
going to mention it once
fucking
you said it.
massive pop. And
Yeah.
I know last year was deemed the year of the bull. This year he's gonna fucking skyrocket.
Yeah, it's a pity as well about Peter Gandhi, bad back. Like, CBL
poor
could have
Peter.
won that
He
match
could've-
if his back didn't give out, like, you know.
Look, it's what can he do? It's old age, you know. But
Yeah.
Peter, he tried his best, and we love Peter Gandhi for that.
Yeah,
We love him.
Before we pass it over to Will, do you know what you were talking about Dijak carrying Doris up the ring and everything like that? If you actually watch it back, there's a good 15-20 minutes between the time that Dijak gets eliminated to when he actually catches Doris and carries him up the back of the stage. Hilarious. He's just lying on the outside of the ring
Just
for like
waiting.
15 minutes. Yeah.
Will.
As I said, first local rumble, but I got to watch the actual first one on OTT Demand, and it looked really good. So I was like hyped for day, couldn't believe it. It was weird seeing the way it worked as a tag team counts as one. But I think the idea is really cool as well. Opens more spots for more people and gives, as a fable faction, if there's 5, 6 of them coming at once, gives them a bigger chance to do what they need to do. Seeing Kuro and Mecha coming out was really good.
The
I got to
dogs.
see them in Hard Knocks, which is really good. And I like the whole thing. Their spots in it was good, as you mentioned. Dijak took MLD away. Trent going around chopping everybody when he's trying to stay outside the ring as much as he can. Sammy D coming back was brilliant.
Actually,
And I
not
think
to
the
cut you
best-
off, but just because it came to my head, shout out to the kid that attacked Trent Seven during the Rumble and started a whole fight with him.
The crowd got behind that. But I'd I wouldn't say it's my favorite match of the thing, but I like the outcome. But I enjoyed it.
What was the outcome?
Oh, it's good. Hang on, before you go, I will mention about Trent thing. The reason he was on the outside of the ring attacking people for most of the time is because he was injured. He actually has a shoulder injury, which is why he couldn't really take part in the match as much as he wanted to. Which is why he was just standing outside of the ring chopping everyone.
I kind of wish I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know that now.
Yeah.
They mentioned it on commentary.
Ah,
So, Will, who won the OTT Loco Rumble?
Don't even talk about it. Can we skip this part? What happened in the WWE Royal Rumble? The Women's Rumble? What happened?
Barry won it.
Local Rumble. The greatest of all time. The man, the myth, the legend. The Grace of Kildare.
The Grace of Kildare.
The Lily White Warrior.
Right.
Back to back Barry. Went into the first one. Punched everyone's head in. Went to the second one. Threw Sammy D out like a bitch. Back to Barry is the best
Barry.
thing since Grace. And what happens next year? Trifecta Barry. I'm rooting for it.
You know what my biggest question out of all that you just said is, who's Grace?
Get it? Emmett.
Are we talking about the winners of? Do you know some? I don't get the division with this because it was very one side or the other once like we saw Barry win and everything is because like I don't know, like I was very indifferent about it. Like I love Be Cool, so I was like, yeah, this would be cool and everything like that. I'd be excited to see him and Damo and everything like this. At the same token, you know, I was kind of thinking that this was going to be the outcome coming into it, but then I was like, if Sammy comes back, Sammy would probably win it. And then I had a fleeting thing that Luke Jacobs might win it, and we get to see him and Damo at the stadium. I actually thought that during the match with Dijak as well. I was like, this could actually happen. I'm okay with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I want Barry to have his moment. Like, do you know, I don't see him actually beating Damo for the world title at the National Stadium. Now, don't get me wrong, but like, still, like, do you know, world title match, main event, National Stadium. He's main evented the National Stadium twice now already, and everything is. But like, it's a different beast altogether when it's like a straight up pre-announced one-on-one world title match. Do you know what I mean? Especially against someone that likes Damo. Like, do you know, so. I know I'm excited to see where it goes. It's not going like I don't think the story being told here is going to be a straight thing of like, okay, Barry now has the match in May, so we're just going to build towards that match slowly but surely. There's going to be some twists and turns, I think, between now and Scrap Room. Do you know what I mean? I think we know now that that's the main events and everything like this, but I think there's going to be some shenanigans between now and then as well. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. Do you know what I mean? I'm not against it. I wasn't a bit over the moon about it either. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just indifferent about it. Do you know what I mean? But I am excited to see where we go with this. Like,
But before Martin goes, I'm not upset that Barry won, but it wasn't the right choice. Over to you, Martin.
I am upset that Barry won, and it wasn't the right choice. My take on it, so I think it was a stupid pick. Because we've built Jay up, and I just felt it was a sorry for what happened. Let's go again.
Mm.
You know, and as a sorry for we're doing this, here's the NLW title. I didn't like it. It's the second Local Rumble, and you've got one winner. Ultimately, you've one winner. It's Barry.
Mm.
No one else. Well, I thought it was the worst decision. Worst decision. I felt like I what happened with Barry was shit. Was shit. He had a whole year built up around him, had his moment, and got injured. There was definitely other ways to go for it. This was Jay's year. This was Jay's year.
Can I just ask you one thing really, really quick? So we were talking about this either before the show or after in relation to Jay and going for the world title and stuff. Like, realistically, Jay's only started his, like, singles hard push now since like when was Scrapper? Was Scrapper August time in around then? It was like early August.
Jay's single push started last year when he started to rebel against the draw. He had the triple threat match.
Yeah.
Then he had
But
his match
him
with Sam. Then they
Yeah.
had the breakup, and he's been on that single run even more ever since.
But
So
like my whole
it's been
point of
close
it now
to a
is like,
year.
but my whole point of it since then is like myself personally, I'd love to see Jay have what it's looking like is going to be his year now, where he's going to be the absolute workhorse in OTT, and then this time next year he'll still be NLW champion. He'll have worked amazing matches with imports, domestic talents. He'll do the Ironman next year, win the Rumble, and he likely will get the stadium moment against Barry. Do you know what I mean? Title for title or something like that in the main events. Be cool versus Jay. I'd much rather that. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's not
For
happen.
Jay himself. I just think it would mean more for him to take the title off someone like Barry or like Sam than Damo. Do you know what I mean? Like, and to be honest, like Jay and Damo on papers and something, I'd be super excited for anyways. Like, do you know?
No, I wasn't happy at all with the result. Not one bit. I thought it was Jay's year, and I thought it was the wrong choice. And I think it was just sorry that happened. Like an old video game. Let's press the restart button.
I just want to apologize to Martin because Martin was sitting beside me, and when Barry won, I jumped up and got in his face and they're screaming.
He did. And then he didn't shut up for the rest of the night. What a dickhead. Any last takes before we move on quickly to the Royal Rumble?
I want to just throw a question out to you, since we know the main event is Scrapper and everything like this now. Happy or not, if Barry won the Rumble and everything like this, how do people feel about the main event of Scrapper coming up? Be Cool versus Damo. Do you think Barry's going to walk away with the titles? Do you see Damo retaining? What way do you think that's going to
Barry
go?
walk away.
Yeah, Barry will win. 100%.
As I said, press the restart button. Refresh. Respawn.
Okay.
So
Moving
Martin
on.
beat-
And we'll mostly talk about the...
Speaking of Jay, what happened in the WWE Royal Rumble?
Jay Uso? We're moving on to that.
I got to take that.
We're mostly going to talk about the Rumble matches. Obviously, like, the ladder match was fucking brutal. I legit texted Will at like 2 points saying Kevin's dead. I thought the tag match was great. Opinions on the tag match?
Unreal. Loved it. Every second of
I
it.
like the way it's going.
Who the fuck was I listening to and said the fucking tag match was shit? What the fuck was that again?
Was that in the group chat maybe?
No. It was Aaron last night from our new show that's coming out. You'll hear about his rant about the tag match. Apparently, it was absolutely shit.
A new show.
We have a new show. Yeah, imagine
No
that.
way.
It's called Hard Knocks to Run It. No, I'm not going to do another video. But
Sweeps in like.
I'm great for the segues, for the self plugs. The Women's Royal Rumble. And we'll do the same before, talk about the match, and then talk about the winner. And we'll go with Emmett.
You've been moving on fairly quick. I didn't watch the women's rumble because the Carmo's ruining the care.
And
No.
winning. Boo.
No, I would have watched it like if we were home and everything. But Carmo had asked for us not to watch it. By the time we got home,
Carmo,
when I stuck on Netflix, we were about a third of the way through the ladder match. So I did not see the tag match. I did not see the women's rumble. Was there anything else on the card? I think it was a 4-card.
Just the two matches on the two rumbles.
Yeah, so I only saw the men's and I saw like half of the ladder match. So you can swiftly move on to someone who did watch it.
So, funny story, right? About that car, right? I told the lads no watching the Rumble, right? We all kind of fairly well predicted that the men's Rumble would close the show.
Oh, yeah.
And the women's would open, right? And the lads were like, oh, but sure, it's only the women's Rumble. Surely we can watch that. No one cares about the women's Rumble.
I care.
That's exactly what he said.
Of course I care. It's a Rumble.
Carmo cares about women.
Of course, it's a Rumble. Of course I care. I loved it. Bar the winner. I loved it. Alexa Bliss returned. We got the kind of debut of Jordan Grace. Roxanne Perez did the Iron Woman. Trish Stratus came back. whoever that woman was at number 30. I don't know her. I loved it start to finish. Really good match. Really
A
enjoyed
fun
it.
fact of that Rumble as well. The longest time in a women's Rumble was actually broken 3 times. Once
Yeah.
with Io, then Liv
Yeah.
broke it, and then Roxanne broke it.
Yeah, now we're in 3 minutes or 6 minutes or something like that. I think it's somewhere in around there. I was going to make another point and I completely forgot. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good Rumble. I find in the last couple of years, this year is a little bit different. I think because of how stacked the men's Rumble was. I find in the last couple of years, the women's Rumble has been better. I can't majorly say that for this year because the men's Rumble was so stacked.
All-Star.
But I really enjoyed the women's Rumble. Again, Alexa Bliss returning and getting that huge pop was class. Trish Stratus returning, which was really cool. Jordan Grace is a beast.
It was
Yeah, I
great, by
loved
the
it,
way,
by the way.
sitting inside Supermax, me and Will getting to watch the Rumble while you guys had to socialize.
Well, no, we watched the first 2 entrants. We saw who come up 1 and 2, and then we had it which was good, which was fine. Really enjoyed it, loved it. Bear the winner.
I'm pretty much the same. Fun Rumble. I actually popped for Lash Legend coming out because I'm a big fan of Lash Legend. Jada Parker as well. Julia and Stephanie coming out as well. I popped for those NXT entrances. Was shocked not to see a Jade Cargill return. I really thought that we were going to see Jade. I laughed because once again, for like the 3rd or 4th year in a row, people were saying AJ Lee is going to return. AJ Lee did not return. I very much laughed. There was obviously some fucking moments I was like, you know, this is shit. Nia Jax came out. A dickhead returned.
But she's not like most girls.
No, she's not, because most fucking women's wrestlers are entertaining.
And don't actually hurt each other as well the whole time.
But yes,
We're going all out here, aren't we?
As you said, you pinpointed everything. We're watching it in Supermax, and on the way to Supermax, on the way dropping me home. I liked it. Alexa Bliss got the pop that she deserves for everything she's done.
Agree.
Oh, Trish Stratus
did
returned as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you? I wasn't listening.
Real.
The jacket Alexa Bliss was wearing was a nice little homage to Bray
Tribute.
Wyatt. When it
I don't
said,
know. I didn't see it because the cameraman cut away from it.
So for people who didn't see the jacket, it had been forever, but between the F and the I, it was a little or, so saying friend forever, which is a little nice
Why-
touch.
Well, I know what I said, but yeah.
Didn't like the winner.
Um,
The girlfriend was here watching the women's Royal Rumble. She didn't like the winner. She wanted Liv Morgan to win.
Who was the winner?
Ric Flair's entitled daughter.
Botox, the wrestler.
That was the first thing Will said was, "What's wrong with her face?"
Yeah, I'm not going to slag anyone for getting worked on, but geez, when I watched the promo one day, I was like, fuck. I was like, looks extreme. Like,
I was saying this to Chris Conley today, okay? I'll never, ever, ever deny her ability. But even with fucking Vince gone, it's still Charlotte Flair's back, give her the win. Charlotte Flair's back, give her the title. I am so sick of Charlotte Flair winning everything. I now know how the fans felt about John Cena when I was growing up. It was exactly like this. She was gone for about a year, didn't miss her.
I just want to mention something about the 2 previous winners we've mentioned, Barry and
2 terrible picks.
Ric Flair's entitled daughter.
Emmett?
They won me the wager. That's all I can say. So,
Yeah, of course you got the 2 fucking terrible picks. Moving on to who hasn't talked about it. Emmett didn't watch it, so we're moving on to. So, Carmo, what do you think of the? I know you said it was shit already. Charlotte Flair winning.
Yeah.
The men's Royal Rumble. An all-star Rumble. so much fucking fun. Obviously, not as many surprises as we were expecting. I laugh again because, again, people predicting Matt Cardona is going to show up, and he didn't. Ha.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, Will was actually he got number 30, and who was number 30 again? Shit, who was number 30?
Logan Paul.
Logan
Oh,
Paul.
Oh
yeah.
yes, Logan Paul
That
came
was-
out and Will started crying because there was no Matt Cardona. It was legit tears too, but fun
Well,
rumble.
the good thing was Matt Cardona was ready, but they didn't use him. So
Because he's always ready.
I'm here all day.
Ba-dum.
But you can start talking about the rumble.
I don't talk at once though.
I just said
thought-
to you,
Yeah, I thought he was saying
Oh,
for you
me?
to talk.
yes.
Oh,
We're waiting.
All right. I've
You
been
are-
away for 26 hours now.
You're clearly not always ready anyways.
Yeah.
You're no
No,
Matt
I'm
Cardona.
not. No, I'm not Matt Cardona. Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. As I said, it was the better rumble of the night. Like star-studded. Just absolutely stacked. I don't know who did the Iron Man because obviously Penta got eliminated fairly straight away.
Penta lasted a while, didn't he?
It's 45
No, I think
minutes
I
in the
limit-
rumble.
He got eliminated straight away. They just didn't.
No,
eliminate
I
him.
rewatched this. He did not. His left foot was above the ground. It's his right foot hit the ground, but it did
He
look
touched
very
the floor.
close.
Both feet touched the floor.
They fucking did not. Not that tall, like.
0 feet
liked it though.
touch the floor.
I liked it. I liked the way they kind of built up through the whole rumble.
Can we talk about
kind of
that
bringing
moment
all
in the rumble?
luchadors.
Sorry to cut you off, but where the time they just ignored it. When fucking Cena came out, and then fucking Punk came
At the
out.
start of the rumble, I was getting to that.
I'm moving on. I'm bored of that now. Fine, go on.
Fuck you then.
Hit him!
Welcome to the FiveMarks
I was
rumble.
talking about how well they built up the rumble because they started off with all the luchadors, bringing out Chad Gable, bringing out Santos
Luchadors.
Escobar, built it up. Chad Gable's a luchador. He's going off to become a luchador. Built it up all the way through. We got then into kind of the teens of the numbers on number 15. We all believe. Joe Hendry came out. Then Roman obviously came out, eliminated Joe Hendry. Really cool. He doesn't believe.
So who did believe?
And then
Sheamus. The Irish
Sheamus class.
believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, Sheamus class. And then obviously as we got into the 20s, John Cena came out, and then they did the quick countdown. Punk came out, and then they did the quick
They
countdown.
just didn't give a
Rollins came
fuck
out.
about the countdown timer being 90 seconds. It was like, all right, Punk's in. Send Rollins.
It
Send
was so good,
Cena.
though. It was so good. Did not mind that at all.
It was the perfect way to do it. Like, ISO Speed obviously is
Oh, he's
cut in
dead.
half now.
That was brilliant.
And then got thrown over the table.
I got
Great
killed
to see
again.
Otis in the Rumble as well. Great to see Otis in the Rumble as well. Drew McIntyre seems to be a bit of thing going on there. He got eliminated by Damian Priest. Obviously, there's probably going to be some sort of story. LA Knight came out number 29.
What do you guys
Logan Paul,
think of
number 20.
what do you think of the rumor of a heat with LA Knight?
I think it's silly because, like, even if there wasn't like a mistiming or anything like this, like Drew looked super strong throughout that rumble, and if they were building towards anything, you have like 12 weeks until Mania. There was all the time in the world to retcon that. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, honest to God, like the way he sold it and everything was perfect because it like fit his character. And to be honest with you, hearing that rumor and everything after it actually kind of took away from the rumble a small bit for me. So like this flawless, perfect match, and then that to happen afterwards over something very small. Too,
I don't
like,
believe it. It came from Dave Meltzer, so I don't believe it.
Oh, did it? Oh, never mind. Then.
Well, like,
Then
it's
it
like
didn't
well, no,
happen.
like everyone's like believe it, but like Dave Meltzer is also the guy that said Drew McIntyre stormed out of Survivor Series and Punk returned out of anger.
Was that not confirmed? A load of people have said that one.
And what's happened? Has Drew stormed out? Did he? No, he went. He did. He fucking re-signed. Moving on.
You cut after my Rumble talks. Just
Sorry,
great.
Carmo.
Cut me off again. No bother. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
Hit him, Carmo. Hit him.
Oh, cut me off again. I don't mind. It's fine. Anyone else? No. Will, do you want to cut me off? No.
No.
Okay, good. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I have a very unpopular opinion. It might get me heat.
Ooh.
I do not like LA Knight. I think
That's
he's
fair.
useless.
What?
But anyway, really cool to see that Punk obviously eliminated Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and then Punk to immediately get eliminated, which I really thought kind of like changed the mood of kind of like, oh, well, obviously Cena is winning. And then the double curb or the 2-foot curb stomp,
Fucking
and then the
killed
curb
him.
stomp on the step, and then the brawl with CM Punk, just incredible. And obviously we got down to our final two of John Cena and Jey Uso, and to the complete and utter shock, my face was, my jaw was on the floor for a good 20 minutes after that Rumble. The 2025 winner of the Royal Rumble, heading to the main event of WrestleMania, Jey Uso.
Two things. The first curb stomp Rollins hit on Reigns outside the ring, he used both feet, was brutal. Oh my God. He basically cemented his head into pavement, and then the curb stomp on steel steps is brilliant. Can't wait to see where that goes. One surprise entrance that made me pop and definitely Martin pop, because I told him I'm guessing he's returning. AJ Styles was
That's my goal.
unbelievable. I said it to Martin in the car. I goes, AJ's coming back tonight. And I predicted that Logan Paul was going to eliminate 2 or 3 big star names, which he did. All I can say is fair play to him getting into the ring, fair play to him doing the training. Just like, fuck off. Like, as I said, he built his career on Vine. He did his YouTube, done the boxing, now he's WWE. Fair play. Like, I didn't do any of this shit, so I can't really say any. But like, just fuck off.
And what's the winner?
My heart sunk. I won't lie. I was wearing my John Cena top, and I was like, Cena's going to do it. Cena's going to do it. He's going to get the dream. He's going to become 17-time world champion.
70. Sorry.
And seeing that little back and forth on the side, I was like, ah! And then seeing his face, like, he was complete shock. Getting back in the ring, looking down Jey Uso, and then giving him a hug was like a nice moment. But my heart sunk. But fair play, Jay. Can't wait to see a headline WrestleMania.
Genuine surprise. Was delighted with it. No, you would never expect. Like 10 years ago, you would never have said, Jey Uso is gonna be a Royal Rumble winner. You would have laughed at the thought of Jey Uso being a Royal Rumble winner. So genuine surprise, happy out for him. I will only add, I feel like him fighting Gunter took away everything for fans because he lost, and I was got another opportunity at Gunter. So I feel like they should not have done the Saturday Night Main Event match, but I'm happy with the Rumble win.
To say he's gone on to fight Gunter.
Me.
Yeah, like I can see him going against Rhodes. The Gunter match has happened. I don't want to see another one of those. Like, you know what I mean? That Saturday Night Main Event match, like, and it's nothing against either man, was just boring as fuck. Like, it was a grand 10-minute match that happened for free on television, and it's like, I don't think it's worthy of a WrestleMania main event. Like, you know, I think
that's the funny part. Sorry, go on.
I think him and Rhodes make a better match.
What are you cutting people off for?
After Martin cutting off.
Poor Carmo.
Carmo the switchblade.
The hilarious part is he's not going to main event WrestleMania.
No, it'll be a night one match, 100%.
It'll be an opener. It won't be a main event.
I don't know. My wild card prediction for Mania is it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. There's a story there, like, do you know what I mean?
Not going to be Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I have an idea of what they should do for Cody Rhodes, but it probably won't happen.
Go on.
Go on, Carmo.
It should be Cody Rhodes versus John Cena versus Randy Orton, triple threat match.
No.
All right, fuck you then.
Moving on.
Can I just talk about the ending of Monday Night Raw for a quick second?
Sure, go on, fire away, might as well.
So we obviously got Punk and Sami Zayn qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. Punk worked his
Well,
magic.
no, Sammy didn't. Punk did.
Sorry?
Keep on.
Ignore him.
Punk worked his magic and won. And then a very concussed, dazed Kevin Owens came out of nowhere. Hit a pile driver and Zayn. So, where do you think that's going to go? Do you think it's going to be Elimination Chamber or
It should be a
straight to-
chamber. It better not be WrestleMania. Fair
Yeah,
enough
that'll
for a
be-
Toronto match, but not WrestleMania. I've been there, done that.
Unless they work like a Ring of Honor style match, which they have done before. Like
Which
if we got an El
Emmett-
Generico,
which
Kevin
Emmett would
Steen.
jizz his pants for.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
oh.
El Generico not died.
Oh no. He just
No,
went back
he
to his
lives-
home planet.
He actually signed for WWE Games. He goes by El Ordinario now.
Oh,
Overall, what do you think of the Rumble weekend to finish this off?
I genuinely think
Jeff?
that I definitely think that the men's Royal Rumble is a contender for a top 5 Royal Rumble of all time. It contains 2 of my favorite all-time Rumble moments. Joe Hendry coming out. He had a great interview with Ariel Helwani, which I cannot recommend enough for people to check out. And as well as that, we got the debut of John Cena's socks. Not many people notice this. For the first time in his career, John Cena came out to the ring with socks on. And like, I swear to God, go back, watch them. They're the funniest thing ever. They're like these half-size GAA socks that say the last time is now. They're big, they're blue. I could not keep my eyes off these fucking things throughout the match. I thought it was so funny. But yeah, overall, the weekend, Loco Rumble was great. What I saw of the WWE Rumble was absolutely fantastic and everything like that. It should go back now, in fairness, and watch the women's match and everything like that. But yeah, definitely the most hyped I've been for a WWE Rumble in quite a while. And I really hope they can keep that momentum going into next year's as well, because it was a lot of fun watching like Raw and SmackDown over the last 4 or 5 weeks, builds into this events and everything. And the show as a whole, from what I saw, was a great payoff to it. Like, you know, WWE is just doing fantastic stuff at the moment.
Will.
thank you, Emmett.
Yeah, it was the best Royal Rumble in 17 years.
Cross meeting, thank you. Yeah, as we said, what's our
What'd you say, Will?
Emmett's sister.
Oh, for God's sake, edit that out.
Why, Emmett?
Us Irish fans got very lucky. We got OTT and we got the Royal Rumble. 10 out of 10 for the
Rumble at
weekend
the
for the
Rabbit.
Royal Rumble.
Don't forget the Rumble at the Rabbit.
We got a 10 out of 10. I wasn't there, so I can't rate it. 10 out of 10 weekend for the Rumble.
I very much enjoyed it. I give it a 4 out of 10 for winners. I gave the whole weekend as a whole a 10 out of 10. Very much enjoyed it. And hopefully next year we have as many Rumbles in fucking one night, because that was a lot of fun.
I'd say we will. I'd say this is going to be a thing. Rumble weekend is going to be a massive thing moving forward over the next few years.
Well, this one just happened to work out this way. Like, they booked the OTT Local Rumble last year and just so happened to work out. So hopefully it does that again.
It was funny because it was the exact same last year.
Was
The
it?
Royal Rumble was the same day as the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I know they have like the homecoming show there in 2023. It was the same night as the Rumble as well. So who knows? Maybe Joe just knows. Maybe Joe knows. But thank you all for listening to this episode. Let us know what you thought
I won't
of.
give a rating. I don't mind giving a rating. I won't give a rating. No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind.
You're getting a bad doing on this episode, Carmo. Jesus Christ.
No, did you not give a rating?
No,
See,
I
when
skipped
you,
over it. It's
well,
fine.
yeah, but when you start talking, I just assume you've talked and been done. Okay, don't leave my brain alone. All right, it's been a long day.
Talk to me about being a long day.
Tell him, Carmo.
Carmo, your thoughts the whole weekend.
Oh, you don't deserve my thoughts.
You
End the
fucking
episode.
tell him.
We have been the FiveMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast, and for another episode, we are officially Ding Ding Dong.